Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most shocking and devastating military incidents in recent times. The reported attack by Egypt on an Israeli naval base that has left the world in disbelief. The event has not only caused catastrophic destruction but also claimed the lives of over 500 Marines, shaking the foundation of military stability in the region. This attack is not just another clash in a long-standing conflict, but a turning point that brings into question the security measures, the strategies, and the power balance between two nations that have always shared a history of tense relations. In this review-style explanation, we will explore this incident in detail, examining its exterior impact, the internal collapse, the performance of the strike, the safety flaws that allowed such devastation, the unique aspects that set this attack apart, the price paid by both sides, and the conclusions that can be drawn from it. This approach may sound like a product review breakdown, but it is designed to simplify the understanding of how such a monumental strike unfolded and what it really means in the bigger picture of geopolitics and military readiness. When looking at the exterior of the attack, what immediately stands out are the visuals captured in the aftermath. Images and reports describe towering plumes of smoke, wrecked naval vessels lined along the harbor, destroyed command posts, and collapsed storage facilities that once formed the backbone of Israel's maritime defense. The coastline that had always been a symbol of Israel's strategic strength turned overnight into a scene of carnage and destruction. Witnesses described the explosions as deafening, shattering windows miles away and sending shockwaves across the city nearby. From the outside, the base resembled a battlefield struck by weapons of mass precision, with charred steel, scattered debris, and shattered infrastructure, making it unrecognizable compared to its former fortified appearance. The psychological impression of this destruction is significant because the exterior devastation is the first message to both military personnel and the civilian population. It speaks not just of the physical destruction, but also of the vulnerability of even the most secure installations. When a strike of such magnitude is launched, the world watched as images of burning vessels and flattened bunkers circulated globally, sending a signal that what was once thought untouchable had been reduced to rubble within minutes. Moving inside the base, the damage was even more haunting. Reports suggest that interior command centers, where operations were coordinated and intelligence managed, were hit with pinpoint accuracy. Bunkers that were designed to withstand heavy bombardments were no match for the level of firepower that was deployed. Living quarters where Marines rested and prepared for missions collapsed under the impact, trapping many inside without a chance to escape. Survivors described scenes of chaos, with alarms blaring, structures crumbling, and flames consuming rooms within seconds. The strike penetrated deeply into the core of the base, showing that this was not a random attack, but one carefully planned to dismantle the very heart of Israeli naval operation. The destruction of interior facilities means more than just the loss of physical structures. It means the paralysis of command, communication, and coordination. Without an interior network to support operations, the base was left effectively blind and powerless in the moments following the attack. The psychological toll on the surviving personnel who witnessed their comrades buried under rubble or consumed by fire is incalculable, and it adds a deeper layer of devastation beyond the physical wreckage. The performance of the strike itself has been described as highly efficient and strategically executed. Analysts point to the speed and accuracy of the operation, suggesting that Egypt utilized advanced intelligence, surveillance, and possibly even insider information to plan the attack. The performance is measured not just in terms of destruction, but also in the way the strike was carried out. Within a short window of time, multiple critical targets were hit simultaneously, overwhelming defenses and ensuring maximum damage. The precision targeting of key facilities, such as fuel depots, armories, and communication towers, demonstrates a level of coordination that goes beyond a simple retaliation or symbolic act. This was a performance designed to cripple, to dismantle, and to send a powerful message about capability. The swiftness with which Israel's naval base was rendered inoperative raises questions about the vulnerabilities that were exploited and the gaps in defense systems that were bypassed. To many military observers, the performance of the attack highlighted the efficiency of modern warfare strategies when combined with decisive execution and bold intent. Safety measures that were supposedly in place at the base came under intense scrutiny following the attack. Israel has always prided itself on possessing some of the most advanced defense systems in the world, including cutting-edge radar, missile interceptors, and layered security designed to detect and neutralize threats before they reach critical targets. Yet in this case, those systems either failed to respond in time or were overwhelmed by the sophistication of the strike. Some experts believe that electronic warfare may have been used to jam radars and disable early warning systems, leaving the base exposed at the most critical moment. Others suggest that complacency may have played a role, with defenses not being fully alert due to the assumption that such an attack from Egypt was unlikely. Whatever the reason, the lack of effective safety measures turned a fortified stronghold into a vulnerable target. The failure to protect not only cost lives but also exposed Israel's military to ridicule and concern, as the perception of invulnerability was shattered in a single devastating blow. The lesson here is that no matter how advanced safety features appear on paper, in practice they are only as strong as the preparation, vigilance, and adaptability of those who operate them. What makes this attack stand out are its unique features that set it apart from other military operations in the region. First is the sheer scale of casualties. The reported loss of 500 Marines in one strike is staggering, not only for Israel but for any nation. Such a loss represents not just a numerical reduction in manpower, but a deep psychological wound that affects morale, trust in leadership, and confidence in future operations. Another unique element is the time. The attack was launched at a moment when regional tensions were already high, ensuring that its impact would resonate far beyond the battlefield. Furthermore, the use of precision weaponry to dismantle fortified bunkers and strategic facilities demonstrates technological advancements that may not have been widely recognized in Egypt's arsenal. This uniqueness makes the attack a case study in how modern warfare is evolving and how underestimating an opponent can lead to catastrophic outcomes. The symbolic significance of targeting a naval base also carries weight, as it strikes at the maritime power of Israel, a key element of its military strategy and a vital tool in projecting strength in the region. When discussing the price of this attack, it is crucial to understand that cost is not limited to the financial dimension. For Israel, the price was unbearably high in terms of human life, infrastructure, and morale. The destruction of one of its key naval bases means a loss of years of investment, not only in physical structures, but also in the training and readiness of personnel. The financial cost of rebuilding, replenishing lost equipment, and compensating families will run into billions, but the emotional and strategic price may be far greater. For Egypt, the price includes international condemnation, the risk of retaliatory strikes, and the possibility of escalation into a broader conflict. While the tactical victory may be celebrated domestically, the long-term costs of heightened hostility and potential sanctions could outweigh the immediate gain. On a global scale, the price is reflected in rising tensions across the Middle East, with neighboring countries bracing for the ripple effects of an increasingly unstable situation. The markets, too, will feel the impact, with oil prices and trade routes potentially disrupted by the uncertainty that such a large-scale confrontation brings. In conclusion, the reported attack by Egypt on an Israeli naval base is a stark reminder of the fragility of security in even the most fortified environments. The exterior devastation was a visual shock to the world. The interior collapse highlighted the vulnerability of military infrastructure. The performance of the strike demonstrated a mastery of strategy and execution. The failure of safety measures exposed critical weaknesses, and the unique elements of the attack underscored its historical significance. The price paid by both sides is immense, and the consequences will reverberate far beyond the immediate battlefield. This incident has changed the narrative of the ongoing conflict, showing that no side can claim absolute dominance, and that the balance of power can shift dramatically with a single well-executed strike. For observers, the lessons are clear. Preparedness must be constant, defenses must evolve, and underestimating an opponent can lead to catastrophic consequences. The story of this attack will be studied for years to come as an example of modern warfare's brutal effectiveness and the devastating human cost that accompanies it.